Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC with Crystal Edge Gunmetal Technology Screens. Also, too, our new company coming up very soon, which is going to be an FLE-VT Technology. I can't tell you what that stands for. It's actually abbreviation. It's abbreviation for right now because we can't tell you exactly what the actual FLE stands for, or even what the VT stands for. But it's abbreviation for something. We just can't tell you what it is. People think that's actually the name of the company. No, it's not. Actually, they have a completely different name. FLE is basically a form of gain that we developed, and it has a name to it. But the FLE is just there for the time being. You know, I mean, to keep the copycats at bay. Because again, we do have people who do come in and they copy just about everything we do. I mean, literally everything we do. But I guess that's a good thing because it just shows that your product is that good that other people will copy off you. But, you know, we don't copy off them because they don't have anything for us. I wouldn't even copy anyway. I would want my own original stuff anyway. But anyway, yeah, so we're coming up with, we're working on the acoustic screen. Now, this is something I desperately need because, again, I'm going to be renting a lot of spots. I'm going to be going in and out of Allentown, different places. I just found last night, I found tons of places that we can go and rent out with no problem. Go in, set up our equipment, shoot a couple of videos, pictures, beautiful setting for the screens and everything. And what better way to basically show off the technology than on the acoustic technology, which is extremely portable. I mean, this is a screen I can basically fold up, put into a little bag. The stands, we get a lightweight stand because I've had the heavy and lightweights in here. I'd rather go with the lightweight stand than the heavy stand. Lightweight stand, there's no weight to it. We can fold it up, stick into a little bag, comes with a little bag and everything. And then our projector doesn't have to be anything massive. We can just pick up, I want a projector that's going to be, I don't want a new projector. I don't want a 1080p 4K. I don't want none of that. I want something old. So I'm thinking about an old projector that's quite impressive. That basically would be a Christie LW400. It's a fantastic projector. It's old. It's cheap. Anybody can afford this thing. We used them on-site demonstrations when we did the fish tank through a window. So it's a very cheap, affordable machine. Why I wouldn't go with the high end? Because it's not necessary. It's not something we need. I see that all the time with people that are trying to display their screens. They go with expensive projector. Even with the 720p's that they claim that are older models, they're not. They're newer models because when I check out your projector and I look at the back of it and I see no BMC sitting back there, it just shows your projector is a much newer model than the projectors we're using at 720p that are using BMC. You know how old a projector is to run a BMCs on the back? Yeah, very old. Ours don't even have the DVIs on them. That shows you older projectors. I even got some projectors that date back from 1999. Like literally, I had those. But anyway, this is going to be fantastic because, you know, I can go in and out of these units at will. The scenery constantly changes all the time, which is fantastic. So that's going to be great. You know what I mean? I found a couple of really luxury hotel setups. Bit pricey, about $300-400 a night for a setup in there. But the hotel conference room is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful view. I can go all the way up to the Poconos. There's resorts up there. We can set up over there. So, I mean, some of it's expensive. Some of it's very cheap. Some's around $40 a night. Some's going to be the most expensive, about $300-400 a night. But it'll be nice to be to set up in these different areas and, again, show off this technology anywhere we want because, you know, this is what I want to do. I'm actually going to be building a page on the website where I can travel anywhere at will. Now, we know we have copycats, but just explain to you copycats at the end of the day, you can't go where we go at. It's virtually impossible. Your technology, well, we can't call it technology. Your stuff doesn't work at all, period. Gray screens can't transfer where we're going to go at, which we're going to have gray screen products up there in these particular areas to show example why white screens don't work, why gray screens don't work, why you have to dim and darken environments in order for them to work. We don't have to change anything in any place that we travel at due to the fact that we have amazing gain capability on our technology. Just like I proved when I walked around a freaking whole entire building with a $178 ultra short throw and a Sony, $300 Sony, we are to go anywhere we want in the building and display without changing anything in the environment. And that's how projection screens are supposed to work. As we're in these different environments, especially for these luxury and other hotels, yep, I'm going to be in the conference room. It's going to be open. People can walk in at will and see the screens on display. This is where we're going to go down to Vistaprint, getting our business cards, brochures, because these are fantastic screens if you're going to be having a conference and you want to be able to show off your screen in a fully lit environment, your pie charts, whatever, demonstrations. You could do this in a hotel conference room without worrying about the screen having any issues. So the technology we're working on next is our acoustic technology. So what you're seeing here, this is the old technology. What we're going to be designing will be beyond this. Even though this stuff was absolutely incredible, this stuff will be beyond this. So yes, it's going to have front and rear capabilities, fantastic for DJ events, acoustic screens. You're going to be doing some kind of visual effect. It'll have that capability. Also, too, it'll also have capabilities for visual effects, as I said before, DJing, all that other cool stuff, weddings, parties, birthday parties, movies, games, whatever you want. That thing is going to be completely portable. You could ball that thing up and you don't have to worry about ever cracking or peeling, none of that whatsoever. It'll be fully weatherproof, ultra short throw compatible, and yes, you can use it for projector mapping applications, which I'll be showing off quite a bit in some of these demonstrations as we go about. So also too, like I said, it's a phantom screen. Now it'll max out at 150 inches. I thought that'd be the best way to go instead of breaking it down for 150, 120. It's just a headache. Make it 150 inch. Person can break it down to the size that they want. The surface is cuttable. If you want to cut it, put it to a fixed frame screen, it's up to you. Or if you want to do what I'm doing with the stand, which is very easy to set up, you can actually, it has built-in grummets. You can attach it to that or just wrap it around the frame and just put in the clamps. Pretty easy. Projectors, we're really right now, I always go with a minimum of 1,000, but right now I got some picos coming through, so I'm going to test it on projectors under 1,000, so I'm going to see exactly what we're going to be able to achieve with the FLE technology, because I do want to make it so you don't have to lug around a very heavy machine. I want to make it so the machine is very lightweight. So I am going to have the Chrissy LW, Chrissy LW, oh goodness, 400. That's a very easy projector to carry around. Has a handle on it and everything, so it's very portable for us. Very portable for anybody. But I am going to get some smaller projectors, and we are going to be working on a 50-inch screen, portable 50-inch screen, pretty soon. And so that way you can have a projector to go about. One of the projectors I'm actually looking at has a built-in battery pack in it, which is fantastic because, again, I can charge it off a battery pack. And on top of that, I could run my, oh, I forgot about that. I literally forgot about that. I had that on my phone. I never used it. I have a package for an app for, oh my goodness, can't think of it. Movies for freaking, what's it called? I forgot. HBO Max or whatever. I have it free with something I got from my cell phone service. Never freaking set it up. Well, that'll come in handy. I need to use that because I can actually tether that right to the freaking, what I need for the projector. But anyway. Yeah, so there's other things you can do with it. So I want to do tiny home setups because, again, from the demonstrations I've already seen from tiny homes with these white screens and these crappy projectors they're using, it looks like trash. It should look like this. This is how your screen is supposed to look, whether you're inside or out. It's supposed to look like that. If you have to use the excuse, well, you know, we're outside, and that's how it looks, then you already are failing your projector, you're failing your setup, and you're failing the people who come over to see you. It's not supposed to look like that. Your screen is supposed to look like you're actually inside. This is why we did demonstrations where we're inside the house and we'd walk outside and you would see the screen look exactly the same because that's the way it's supposed to look. You're not supposed to be inside and have a somewhat crappy screen, be in the dark, and then go outside and have a screen even crappier. Where are you getting? You're just wasting so much money on your projectors. And we're doing these demos. That's the whole purpose of the demonstration, where I would walk in and you would see all the lights on in the environment. Look up, the ceiling would be displayed, the floor would be displayed, and then go outside and sit down, and the screens all look exactly the same. And all the projectors that are being used in the demonstration are under $500. That's how it's supposed to work. It's not supposed to be that you go downstairs and you can't project off the ceiling because you know that's not going to work. If you can't get the wall to work, there is no way in the world you're projecting off a ceiling. It's not going to work. Can't do a star field, it won't pick up. Floor is not going to pick up because floor is taking tons of light. No way to block light from that one from the door. And you're not doing anything in the bay of windows because that's not going to happen. So you're going to only wall you're going to be able to use is the wall that has less windows and less light making contact with it. So pretty much you're going to be walking through a dungeon. And then by the time you get outside, can't have those outside floodlights on because that'll wash your screen out too, so they can't be on either. So you're going in out of a dungeon kind of environment out into the dark. I've seen that, so no, it's not going to work. And then on top of that, you're not getting no contrast, you're not pulling color, you're not reading any of that whatsoever. So this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait till we start showing off some of the wallpaper screens we're going to be doing. This is going to be fantastic for a lot of these conference rooms because we have a lot of the owners coming in to check this out. Because again, you know, you can have your meeting in a fully lit environment without saying, "Hey, can someone hit the lights, please?" You don't never have to say that. Hit the lights for what? You don't have to because the screens are designed to generate in fully lit environments. And if you're doing a presentation that involves a 100% infinity black level, guess what? You can read it. You don't require to have expensive projectors. So you're not sitting there like, gee whiz, maybe I have to buy this one because this one has like a 20,000 to 1 contrast and this will work well. It can be better black levels. So you don't have to think about that. I don't even think about that when I buy projectors. I never ever think about that. You know how easy it is for me to buy projectors? That's why I have so many of them. Because I never have to go, well, I got to sacrifice to pay for this and sacrifice to pay for that. Nope, it's more like, no HDMI port. Can still use it. 1,000 lumens, 900 lumens, 800 lumens, can still use it. It's not 1080p, not 4K, still use it. Yeah, you can use all that because our screens don't require it. Matter of fact, I'm using mine right now. But anyway, that's what I want to do. But the new technology, like I said, we're going to have a site. This is going to be designed up for strictly screens only. We're not going to have any paints on these sites. The only reason why the Black Series does have the gamers attached to it because we built the environments. That's why already. Yeah, we built the environments already. So if it was up to me, they would be on the other site because they're physical screens. But we are going to have them on the site because literally we built entire environments for them. So I'm not going to go about changing all that out. So yeah, the new acoustic technology is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Now, price tag has changed. We changed it to around $378. Again, for those of you griping, matter of fact, forget about that. Those of you griping, just don't buy it. That's all to it. We got customers that's been supporting us since day one, and new customers come in. Thank you so much. We appreciate you that understand the value of true technology. If you don't see it, then guess what? You're just going to be out in the wasteland of whatever is out there because all that stuff out there is not going to work. And I'm going to tell you that right from the door. It's just not going to work. And for those of you sitting there saying, well, how do you know that? That's why we have a Spartan. That's what it's designed to do. There you go. That's the reason why we designed it. There you go. Perfect example. If we come out there and tell you that there's nothing out there for you and it's going to be just us, then guess what? That's why we prove it. That's why Spartan is being built. We are already being designed, already being built for the sole purpose of challenging every screen that we can get our hands on to show you that our technology is more superior. That's what the main goal is. If you back down from the thing, if you back down from the Spartan, then it tells you you don't have the technology like we have. Because if you can go toe to toe with us, you could take that screen. If you can't, then it already lets you know from the door what you're up against. And we can sit there and say, at the end of the day, there's only us. Because we can prove it. No screen technology on the face of the planet can actually say that because they've never challenged every single screen. We are. Matter of fact, I got to check my screen right now because I got screens coming in right now. Samples coming in from certified companies, and I need to go check. And I got to find that form because I got to figure out exactly which black diamond that is because I know I ordered the panel. I got the panel. I got to figure out which one of the panels it is. I asked for the best one and the high-end one, so I got to figure out which one it is. I got to call in and figure out what the panel we got here. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to show you not only a technology we're developing strictly for one goal, to show and represent why our products are the best, but you'll also see our technology pop up in hotels. You'll see us pop up in freaking art studios and conference halls, all these places where projection screens can't thrive because they wash out. White screens and gray screens can't run in these areas. So we'll be in all these areas, outside events, all kinds of stuff you'll see the screens displaying while the Spartan does his job. By the time we hit the plateau, where we get all our paperwork back saying, hey, look, your stuff is protected. Here's your trademarks. Here's your copyrights, everything else you need. Then we can go out. We can start marketing the product. You can start see it come up on the website. Shopping cart to open up and it'll be available. And that way, if we ever run into somebody saying, well, what about this? Hey, Spartan, look at the Spartan's record. We'll have every screen mapped out at the bottom that we took out versus the Spartan, and you can go in and see the results of our technology. Perfect battle plan, right? Yeah. You have to know strategy in business. This is how it works. You know, some people thought because we were building a Spartan for two different people. No, No. You just got caught in the crossfire. That's pretty much it, like the most of our technology. It's not about you. I love it how they get to the point where these naysayers go, oh, no, it never was about you. It's never about you. It's about the big industry. That's what it's about. That's what the Spartan was designed for. You just happen to just get in the way and you're just going to get run over in the process. That's what's going to happen. But it's made to take out everything. So that way we can sit back and say, well, what about we've done that? Well, we can actually say we are the best because we backed it with a screen that we strictly built just to take out other screens. Now, you know how much power that shows that your company has at the end of the day and the capability of the technology you're able to develop? If you design the screen strictly for that purpose, which means we have the capability of engineering anything we choose, if God wills it, to design whatever we want. This is what I've been trying to explain to you, that the technology you see before you has been developed in about 20, 30 minutes. That's it. Whatever the Lord gives to me and blesses for me to have, not only does he give me the ability to be able to engineer and develop the technology, when that technology hits my head, it already has ultra short though capability, 3D mapping capabilities. It has all that technology embedded in it already from the door. That's what we're blessed to have. On top of that, not only is the Spartan going to pave the way for our technology's capability, but it's going to basically show at the end of the day that God does exist. For some people believe he doesn't, and that at the end of the day, my Lord and Savior and my relationship I have with him is unfreaking believable. That at the end of the day, that yes, my faith with him is 100% real. Some people question my Christianity. They call me demons and devils and all this stuff, but you know, God doesn't bless the hand of the wicked. If you read the Bible correctly, you would know that. But yeah, it'll show that how amazing my Lord is, because he's going to get credit for everything that we do. Even the Spartan technology is developed by God. It's there to represent at the end of the day that our technology is God's technology. I had one person saying at the end of the day, what does God have anything to do with this? God has everything to do with this. I didn't go to school for chemistry. I didn't go to school for any of that at the end of the day. And I know this stuff. Now I'm on a degree. I remember one time I was blessed to be able to go down to a facility to test out our invisible technology with the company. And I don't know if he told you about this, but one of the guys that was sitting there is a nuclear physicist. Oh my goodness, his brain was, and he was the most humble, most nicest person I ever met in my entire life. Matter of fact, he wasn't giving me the contract. The other people were giving me the contract. I spent more time talking to him, but I found him most fascinating. So we're in there talking and everything, and he's talking about all these different things. He spent like years and years on nuclear submarines and all that stuff like that. He's a really cool guy. So he was watching me the entire time. We were putting everything together, and he was asking me questions like, what was your chemistry background? And I didn't know, no chemistry background at all. I mean, everything I learned, I got from God. I didn't learn any of this. Now, any other person would go, oh yeah, you know, I went to school and I got this degree and I did this and blah, 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 blah. They puffed themselves up. And I did all this and I did this. I don't do that at the end of the day. I already been down that road. I witnessed that already. So Christians, if you learn from your past experience, you will basically, you'll go down that road regardless. You're going to hit that plateau anyway. And you learn from that, not to ever do those things again, because God will take away from you the very thing he gave you. It will be snatched from you. And there was a time when I did clothes. I used to make clothes. I got in the fashion world. I got to making clothes and stuff like that. And I was blessed that when I made this nice little outfit where I had these denim jeans that were ripped up, and I had like subway cars running through in and out the holes and everything. Rhinestones, mind, that was that era at the time. And I was walking into a City Blues. I would go into City Blues and I would turn their clothes inside out to read the pattern so I could make my own clothes. Wasn't a good thing to do, but I was doing it anyway. But anyway, I was in there reading the patterns on how they made their clothes. And as I was in there, one of the guys noticed what I was doing. It wasn't a guy from City Blues, but somebody else who had a store downstairs. He noticed what I was doing. And he was like, you make clothes? And I was like, yeah. Like, I didn't want to say it out loud, because I'm in City Blues. I make clothes like the last place they want you to be at. And I was kind of like, yeah. He said, well, I got a store downstairs. You know, you made everything you got? I said, yeah, I do airbrushing and all that stuff. And at the time, the rhinestones. He's like, I got a store downstairs. You know, I got much inventory in there. You know, maybe you can help me, you know, refill my inventory, make it worth your while. And I'm thinking, oh, shoot, cool. I'm going to make some good money here. So guy gave me his business card, and I came down the next day. It was in the gallery right downtown, because I was over top in the gallery on the top floor doing shopping. Not shopping, but you know what I mean, research. But anyway, so I went down there, saw the setup and everything. Man, I had a nice office in the back, big office in the back. Give me a big office in the back. I had like 5 people working underneath of me that were making clothes. Like they would make the clothes and I would do the airbrushing designs, how I would want to design and everything. And I thought this was pretty cool. And I got a power trip. Oh man, did I get a power trip. Oh, I thought at the end of the day that God worked for me. That's the attitude I had at the end of the day. And my mom was trying to tell me at the end of the day, you need to get your artwork copyright. Like, nah, you're not going to steal from me. Like, we got that friendship, you know what I mean? You don't understand. You don't understand. Trying to tell my mother she don't understand. She's been here longer than I have. She don't understand. Got so popped up, so hyped up on going to these parties and going here and doing this, you know what I mean, razzling, dazzling, going all these nice places and restaurants and stuff. This is why I sit there when I have people who show me little bits of food on their plate and go, oh, look at this place. I've been there and done it already. I've been there. I've been to fashion shows and all that stuff. I've seen all that stuff already. Been there and done it. I met some very interesting people on my timeline. So I've been there and done it already. And I got out there and got all hopped up and puffed up thinking I'm this, that, and the other. I'm the bomb. And this guy ripped me off and took all my freaking ideas, everything from me. He ripped me off, everything. Came back to the office. It was closed, shut down. And I had to remove my stuff because he wasn't there anymore. So I couldn't be anymore. And I had to remove all my stuff and transport it. My buddy had a truck, had to transport it from there back in the house. And my mom looked at me like, no, I ain't going to tell you I told you so. But next time you got to learn to listen. Should have put it in God's hands to begin with. Why are you out there running around all puffed up? Did you give any of that glory to God? I was like, no, I ain't giving none of it to him. Not a dime, nothing. I cleaned it all for myself. Yeah, learn that lesson right there. Don't ever do that again. God gives you something, you give him the glory for it. You don't take the glory for it. He gets the glory for it. Because he's the one that gave it to you. So at the end of the day, I learned from that lesson. Ever since then, I gave all the glory to God. Did you know I had 5 businesses that failed? A lot of people don't realize I had 5 companies that didn't do well because I gave the glory to myself. This is the first company under the screen paint that I actually gave the glory to God, and it took off. Yeah, it took off. Now, some people are sitting there saying, well, you know, the situation you're at right now don't look like your business. So it did. It did. Look at the advanced technology that we have. I told you, I can sit in a hole in the ground and I can still wipe out every screen that comes near us. I could be here, there, whatever. I'm right now engineering a technology strictly to wipe other screens out. Doesn't make a difference where I'm at. The brain does. What my Lord gives me at the end of the day doesn't affect where I lay my head at, where I'm at the end of the day, what I'm doing. Doesn't affect the person that I am and what I build and what I'm blessed to have. That doesn't affect anything at all. I remember the naysayers were upset when I was in the apartment. They were like, "Oh, he sleeps on the floor. He must have nothing at the end of the day." You know, you're small-minded. You're kids at the end of the day. I know people that are multi-millionaires, and you would never guess in a million years that they have that kind of money because they don't dress it. They'll come outside with a pair of t-shirt and jeans and some sandals and whatever. I know people that are hippies that have millions of dollars, and you would never guess in a million years that they were that rich. Y'all go by what people have is what makes them what they are. And it's sad if you think that way, because I've met a lot of people that were super, super rich in this business, and they didn't dress like that at all, period. It was the person who had more to show. They were more like that. But they were the person who had the least amount of money. But anyway, you know, we're going to usher in the new technology. I can't wait. The Lord's been blessing us and giving us information, everything we need to get set up, to get started. I thought it'd be much easier than going out and getting a place for a year. Then we could just go out and just rent other areas where we can go at and set up with this portable setup. And this would be fantastic because the scenery changes. We get to have the screen in multiple different areas. And we get to network with more people. So I've already gone out to Vistaprint. I got my brochures made for the company. I got my business cards made for my company, so I can actually pass things around as we show off this technology. And of course, we already know that every time we pop up in an area, they see something crazy that we develop, they always ask us to come back. This is going to be fantastic. Because that's going to be fantastic. I thank God. When I was sitting in my sister's laundry room, and I was being ridiculed for that. Like, oh, you don't have this. I got all my paperwork done. That's why my LLCs don't have all that nonsense on them, because I did my paperwork correctly. and I hired attorneys to get the rest of it done. So I have all my licenses and everything done. So this summer popping up, I'm going to take my little portable setup, and I'm going to do my little setup all over the place because I have all that paperwork already finished and done. See, spend time squandering, laughing at other people, and you could have had your paperwork done correctly. So you can go out and do the things that need to be doing. Instead of worrying about what's going on in Mr. Bird's backyard, you could have had all your products tested. So you can go out and do what we're doing. If your stuff is not tested, you can't go out there. No, you can't go out there. I've been out there a couple of times. You cannot go out there. They don't want to hear any of that fake mumbo jumbo nonsense. You start speaking, anything you say, you got to back it up 100%. And they will bring it up quite often, quite a bit, what it's supposed to do, just to test you, to make sure you're speaking what you're supposed to be speaking. Yep. So can't speak that mumbo jumbo. Maybe online you can try to get away with it, but out there, nope, ain't going to happen. So we're going to bring out this acoustic screen. We're going to bring out, it's going to be designed so you don't have to worry about, cracking or peeling, which our technology has that ability to do some crack or peel. You know where we got that from? Remember the demonstration I showed you? We took a screen and we froze it into a block of ice. There you go. That technology that was embedded in that to develop that screen to get it to do that is actually embedded in all our technology. We take a bit of piece from everything we design. That screen where you saw me freeze into a block of ice, beat with a hammer, heat up all that, yeah, it doesn't crack or peel. Guess what? That piece of technology that does that is embedded in this stuff too also. Yeah. I'm going to do another one of those too. The crack and peel screens and block it up into some ice and break it up and stuff. Do something like that. Go crazy with it. Except for this, I'm going to hit it with a sledgehammer. But anyway, we're going to be doing some demonstrations on that. But anyway, yes, fully weatherproof, ultra short throw compatible, front and rear capabilities, and it's going to be it's going to be acoustic already, which means sound can travel through it. Going to have a little DJ party out there, you know what I mean, for having lights pushing through the screen. It also too has special abilities, which means if you want to use this for a form of visual effects screen for popping up in your garage for your Halloween screen, Christmas displays, and all that, it has that capability. Yep. We're going to design this stuff to do just about everything. And on top of that, what acoustic screens can we put against it? Well, the acoustic screens I've seen so far, Elite has one, which is a white screen. Most of the ones, Vivitech, it's not Vivitech. What is it? It's not Vivitech. It's Vivistorm. Vivistorm has one. We tested theirs already. We tested all their acoustic screens. Acoustic screens are just going to run in gray, and they're going to run in white. Also, too, we're going to be doing black versus black demonstration. So we'll be laying fabric against the screens. You can see that you're not just getting an everyday sheet of fabric. At the end of the day, you could tell this is some kind of weird, the coating on it is really weird looking, so you can tell it's coated. But either way, we're going to be doing a black versus black fabric against these screens. We can show you that without that coating, yeah, your white levels are going to look like trash. With the coating we have on here, it's going to look fantastic because it's going to come up. Trust me. This is why you got to be prepared for this stuff. Make sure your stuff is tested. And yes, I am going to be putting fabrics against this because I can hear somebody right now in a hotel lobby. Well, how do I know the black bed sheets I have upstairs won't do the same thing? Oh, it happens. It happens. That's why I said better you have your stuff tested. So I'm going to sit there like the Grinch and like, excellent, excellent. Here's $5. Go buy your bed sheets. Bring it back to me. Like I did the guy with the black paint. That was fun. But anyway, yeah, you got to make sure your stuff is all tested. That's one of the things we had to do. And somebody up there shot the, mind you, for that fact, they're being challenged in court for that one too. The whole bed sheet nonsense where the individual went out and said our products do the same thing as any surface. They're being challenged in court for that one. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a do. There's a $50,000 lawsuit going on right now. It's about to happen. I got to go process that in the next couple of days. They're going to be literally challenged on that because the reason why we do that surface test is because at one point we gave out a free black surface. So if you give out a free black surface, this is what your brain should be thinking. What if the customer thinks that the black surface that they received will do the same thing as the screen paint? And they may decide to basically, at the end of the day, say, hey, look, I don't want the paint. I'll just take the screen instead. Mind you, we give this to you for free. So we have to be able to show that there's a difference between the paint and the fabric. That's why we have all those demonstrations. Just in case if a customer comes up and says, hey, I really don't need the paint. I'll just take the surface because it's not necessary. This is why when we lay any surface against the screen, it turns dirty. There you go. That's why. And that's why the individual who did the demonstration and mentioned our company's name in this demonstration is being sued for 50K in civil court because they're going to have to back up that fabrics match our products. And if they can't, they're going to get sued for 50K. That's what I said. There's multiple lawsuits popping off. So that one's going to be coming up in January. They'll be served for that in January, including another 12K for the batch number violation, and another, I think it's $80,000 for taking our pictures, my pictures, without the defamation lawsuit. That's going to be happening too. So we had 3 lawsuits to file in that timeline to get that done. But anyway, yeah. So that's why we do that. We put that fabric because, again, customer could think the same way. You have to get in the mind of the customer. This is why I tell people when you do demonstrations, like contrast demonstrations, and you're in dark environments, never good, never ever good. Because mind you, you can't control your customers. Say if your customer decide you don't have any specification sheets on your technology, no testing whatsoever. So if you don't have that in there, the customer like, well, let's see. Let me go put this in a fully lit environment and see what happens. So say your screen washes out in a fully lit environment, right? Customer can slam you. He can slam you with all kinds of complaints, have not received, not as described, and you can't fight this because you have nothing there saying, well, did you give the customer any kind of information when this screen would work in a fully lit environment? Does it work in a fully lit environment? Did you give off any kind of hint that it can work in a fully lit environment? This is why I tell people that if you're doing demonstrations and you're opening up doors and windows and pointing at a screen, you're giving off a hint that it has ambient light capabilities. And if you say it doesn't, that means you're giving off 2 forms of information. One of them is fake, one of them has to be real, but you can be questioned on it. They'll question you on everything on a site. Trust me, when it comes to fraud, just about everything you can think of. So you can't give off that misleading to sell the screen and say that it could be, but then you get it and you go, not really. You can't do that. That'll get you in trouble. So either it is or it isn't. So that's why you have to have a specification sheet, because this will give you the ability to go in, test the screen, and see what your screen's limitability is going to be, how well your black levels are going to actually pick up. And you have to do this without using enhancement projectors, which means if you're using a projector, and again, like I said, when they challenge your company, if you're using high-end projectors that are able to boost your contrast levels higher than the normal average projector, this also too will get you in trouble. This is why we use low entry level projectors that have like 3,000, 2,000 to 1. Hey, I've been to court many times. I can tell you from the door exactly what goes on in there. A lot of you not. They bring it up in front of the judge. Guess what? You're going to have a problem at the end of the day. You have to be to do that. This is a problem they had with valve up projectors. You claim to be 6,000 or 5,000 lumen projectors, and they weren't. And people were buying them because they thought that they were these high power projectors, but they weren't. They were lower than that, 25 to 1,800, I think, in that range right there. Can't do that. So when you're doing a demonstration on a contrast level, you have to be, and this is what certify everybody, you have to be in fully lit environments, so that way the customer knows how far the contrast levels are going to drop. Contrast level and color is going to improve when you're in darker levels. It's going to basically fail when you're in basically much brighter levels, because again, the lumen count, depending on the lumen count, and also depending on the environment, it's depending on how much lumens are going to make contact with the screen, how much the screen is going to be generated, image is going to come right back at you, and this is going to affect contrast and color and so forth. It's a long story. We've been to this a dozen times before, but yeah, that's what it comes down to. So you can't use enhancement projectors to try to make the screen look a lot more advanced. That's kind of like if I'm using 8K projectors in all my demonstrations at around 50,000 lumens. Do you have any idea what that would look like on a screen? Compared to a projector of roughly 3,000 lumens with maybe a 10,000 to 1 contrast? Yeah, a huge, massive difference. A huge, massive difference. And that projector would have like 10 million. Yeah, it'd be a huge, massive difference. So I can sit there and say, yeah, this is the image you're going to get off this screen. I see certified to do this all the time. You can't say that. That's not true. Because if I'm sitting, when I was sitting in the booth and I got kicked out of the booth because I kept getting up and looking at the side of the screen, but I was in the booth, I was like, how much is the projector sitting behind me? They want to keep my focus on the screen, how beautiful and vivid the screen is. My focus is on what's hitting the screen. How much did that thing cost behind me? And a guy finally broke down and told me it was a $150,000 machine. It's a barcode projector behind me. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. So if I have a BenQ or one of those projectors out there on the floor, will it do the same thing as a projector sitting behind me? Will I get the same image, the same picture, the same quality? And if that's the case, why would I spend 150 grand for a projector when I can just go get one of these out here that are going to cost me anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 or maybe less, $800, $900? Why spend the money? Got to be a difference in there somewhere for that thing costs 150K. So the guy goes, no, you're not going to get the same image. I said, okay, so why are you showing it to me on this machine right here at the end of the day? Because only people going to be able to have the same picture are people that can afford the same projector in the back. And that's when they escorted me out of the booth. It's a basic question. And that's why I said I don't like using high-end projectors. Because in order for me to get that image, I got to spend 150K or higher to get that image. It's the only way. The only way. And it's not just people who make these fake products who do these. Certifieds do them all the time. They use a high-end projector. Go look at the price of the projector. Don't even bother looking at the screen. Go look at the price of the projector. See how much that thing costs at the end of the day. That's what you're going to have to pay to get the same image. Unless you're going to do a side-by-side demonstration where you're going to take a 720p and a 4K and stick them side by side and go, look, this is what you're going to pick up. No. Nope. That's why I say, you know, it's not only, and then the thing about it is, where did these other people get the ideas from? They get it from them. Because they're the ones that do the high-end demonstrations. They want to be just like them. They want to sell and market just like them. So they do the same strategy they do. Bad idea. Very bad idea. So I, the customer, go in and buy your product, and I take your screen and I stick it in a well-lit environment, and your image washes out. Because you know they're going to test it. They're going to do it. They're going to test your what your screens can do. And if your screen that washes out, then guess what? They're going to realize as they start to adjust the lights on how dark they got to be in and get the picture to work. And they're going to be unhappy, especially if they're doing this in their living room. Nobody wants to do that. You ever seen the TV projection screen combo setup? This is where they would have the projector and TV in the same room. So in the morning, you would watch your TV. Afternoon, you watch your TV. And at night, you would bring the screen down and you can watch the screen. That was the combo system setup. A lot of people had that set up right there. You have that right there. With this technology, you don't have any projector in it. You just have the screen, all that. You don't need TV in there at all, period. But yeah, this is what I see a lot in these certified projection screen setups. All rehearsed environments. The lighting's all controlled, everything. So, with our technology, we don't have that issue. We can pick up an infinity contrast level. We're not required to have expensive projectors. We don't have to worry about window light or any of that stuff affecting the screen. Overhead lights, none of that whatsoever. Our screens will pick up with no problem whatsoever. So this is the beautiful thing about the technology. And at top, with the price being around $378, I think that's more than affordable, considering the fact that some of the acoustic screens out there are going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. Like I said, we get those disgruntled customers who'll come in and go, well, you know, I'm not buying. Well, go ahead. I know it's out there waiting for you because a Spartan already took it apart. I can honestly say at the end of the day, I can say, hey, yeah, we know it's out there. We're out there testing it right now. You ever heard of a screen called a Spartan Phantom? Yep, that's the one that's out there doing all the testing for us. That's the one taking screen down and one after one after one. So knock yourself out. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get some of these big companies right now try to file lawsuits against me for what? It's called a side-by-side demonstration. As long as I'm not out there slandering your product, making claims about it that are not true, as long as I'm doing everything by the book, what I'm supposed to do, your screen, for that price at $5,000, your screen should be able to generate just about any environment we stick it in. That's a lot of money for a screen. And the fact that our screens cost far less, you should not be having that problem at all, period. If you're going to complain about the caliber of projectors we're using, again, $5,000 for your screen, I should be able to use it on any projector I choose, as long as I'm not the knockoff. We don't touch them things at all, period. So it shouldn't be an issue at all, period. So, yeah, they're just going to have to deal with it when we get there. That's all. Unless they're going to put their stuff up so we can't reach it. I don't know. Yeah, but that's basically about it. But anyway, yeah, that's the new Surface. Well, that's not the new Surface. That's to give you an idea what the Surface is going to be like. But it's going to be much more advanced than that. That's in the older version of the technology. And we're going to have it in, like I said, max size is going to be 150 inches. at max size, 150 inches. You can adjust it all the way out to a 50 inch, all the way up to 150 inches. You can stretch it over frame. You can hook it up on, stretch it over a fixed frame, pine frame if you want to do it that way. Or I did one of these where I basically just attached it to the wall. 4 screws attached to the wall. I like the surface from this company. I am thinking about basically bringing somebody else in to make our own screens because I do want to do one in a 235.1 because I want one for myself. So I definitely want to do some customizations, but right now that it's going to be 150 all the way down to 50 inch. So you have that option to customize it the way you want. And yes, it's going to be completely portable. I will be using that screen quite a lot. It won't be for sale, but I'll be using it quite a lot. And when I'll be going back and forth in and out of these different buildings, because again, it's look at it, I just fold it up and just stick it in a little duffel bag and I'm done. And as for the stand I can shove into a little bag about 4 feet, the bag's about 4 feet. And that's basically about it. And my projector, that's it, my case for my projector. That's all set up and ready to go. Now, I'm looking at doing the demonstrations when the weather gets a little warmer, because trust me, I do not want to be lugging stuff back and forth, in and out of the cold, from one section to the next here and there. I really don't want to do all that. And that gives us enough time to get the paperwork done. We still have the websites that we're working on right now. The new VTL, FLE-VT, it's going to be, we're working on that website. It's going to be coming up pretty soon. We're working on that one. I am working on the copyrights and trademarks and everything for that company right there to get that all set up and done. And I'm working on extending more of our copyrights and trademarks and stuff we're going to need for the Black Series. The Black Series has quite a lot of technology on it. And then we have to run over and we have to do some stuff over for the Crystal Edge, because Crystal Edge is going to have all gunmetal. For those of you who've been asking why we have 2 websites, because one website is strictly for gunmetal only. We don't sell any black paint on there. It's just all gunmetal technology. And the only gunmetal we're going to have on there is the Imperial. That's it. That's pretty much it. So that's for people who want that gunmetal technology. It'll be over there. And yes, that stuff will be tested. That'll be the most, I'll say, out of the black technology, we don't really have a challenger in that. We don't. We got screens out there claiming that they're black and they're coming up gray. So that we already know from the door, it's definitely not worth my time. But we are going to come to your door with the Spartan. Yes, that's definitely going to happen. But other than that, if you can't read black, and another screen, you're not reading black. That's all to it. You're not in the category of a black screen. So again, no, nothing out there for us. But the gunmetal, on the other hand, is fun, because there is so much gunmetal to challenge, it's not even funny. So that's going to be some fun to do right there. So that technology is going to knock out every gunmetal screen we can get our hands on. Just about every. I want the best of the best. I don't want to go through, I want the best gunmetal that you possibly have to offer to put it against an Imperial. Because we want to make sure we cover that section too. In 2024, I'm trying to monopolize. I'm trying to have control over everything. We want outside technology. We got that covered. We got a black technology that can read on unbelievable levels. And with FLE embedded into it, do you have any idea how powerful those screens are going to be? Oh my goodness, they're going to be absolutely incredible. So all those white projection screens, that's our competition. And the Yardmaster, which is gray, which I've had that already, did the testing on that. So yeah, that's going to be easy. We have acoustic technology. We want to take over the field of all acoustic. I want to be able to have black technology for our own. We have a customized, dedicated screen paint designed for for inflatable screens. So inflatable screens, the surface is very temperamental. So you can convert that into black technology. You've seen our inflatable black screens are incredible. We want to get into AdTech technology, rear projection technology, FLE, which is a technology we designed it actually to pump something like 100,000 lux can read through this screen. So that means every form of advertising technology, we will be embedded into it due to the fact that we have that technology to read through sunlight. And that rear technology is embedded in rear projection screens, which in gaming technology, all that. We're planning to cover all that in 2024. Before we reach 2025, we're going to be embedded in everything, just about everything. And whether we haven't reached that plateau yet, we will soon. And meanwhile, while we're doing all this, our Spartan, our Defender, will be taking out any screen that rises against us. Beautiful plan, ain't it? Excellent. That's why I think the naysayers thought it was all about them. No. There is a business plan that doesn't. Our business plans don't involve you. You just happen to be in the way. That's all. We run you over real quick and move on to the next thing. That's all. That's all. You are a part of one plan. You're a part of the plan of basically do not screw with our company. Due to the fact that, and if I said, thought that was a curse word, not a curse word, but I do apologize if I offend anyone. Due to the fact that you will be used as an example for our legal department. Because we will, when we get done with you in court and the massive lawsuits that will be coming in 2024, I guarantee when we get done with you, people will think twice about moving in this direction or following in your footsteps. I guarantee you. You watched the other fellow, Williams, who we didn't even know this guy even existed, popped up, and boom, that quick, he's already in that fast. That fast, that quick. Looking at year, he's looking at a couple years, a lot of years in prison, and serious lawsuits are coming his way. So yeah, yes, sirree. So that's why we need to judge, because we're showing the judge our business plan, what we're working on, what we, our company, and why we need these individuals to be used as an example. Give them the maximum of anything you can give them. They need to be used as an example. That's why. So yeah, I can't wait to get the acoustic. Acoustic is gonna be so much fun. It's so much an easier screen to transport from A to B. I was thinking about doing the wallpaper, but the wallpaper still has to be inside of a tube, a 4-foot tube, in order for me to transport it. But this right here, man, I could fold this up, put this in a little bag. That's it, little case, excuse me, little case, and whoop, take that with me anywhere I want to go. Hook it up on top of the scaffold system, clip it in. That's basically about it. Set it up and done. No wrinkles, no creases, nothing, not a thing. This is going to be fantastic. And on top of that, what a great way to advertise a portable screen than basically traveling all over Allentown showing this off. Actually, I'm going to be in Bethlehem and a couple other places too. I'm going to be popping up too also. So I got to get a RetroPie. Oh, I got to get a RetroPie too. Do some outdoor gaming and stuff like that out in the park, stuff like that. Want some fun with it. But that's what's coming up. We have the Cinema Flow. That'll probably be out for the summer. We need that out for the summer because again, I got a couple of big venues popping up. I'm going to Vistaprint. We're getting a whole booth made for us with our name and everything on it, so we could basically show off some of the technology on the table. People can get a chance to sample and check out our technology right there. And by then, by the time we hit summer, all the paperwork going to be locked in. We'll be good. And you'll see our new copyrights. Also, too, our new labels. Because the labels you're seeing right now, they're dummies. They're all dummies. The new labels will be coming out. We got a graphic designer coming in. She's going to be doing all the work for the labels. They are going to look sick. They're actually the labels for the paint cans. The other labels are badges. They're going to be badges that we're going to have on the back of the screens. That's going to be the front and rear glass screens. That's what the gamers are. So that's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to do the gamers. The gamers are going to have so much cool stuff to them. We're going to have all kinds of free merch. So you have a choice when you get your box. You can check it off on which one you want. You get mouse pads. You can get hats. You can get, I think the jerseys, we might sell them. I'm not knowing about that. How much it's going to cost me for a hockey jersey to customize and all that? I got to figure out what that's going to cost me first. But yeah, like little stuff like, like mouse pads and glasses and stuff like that, I mean, hats and stuff like that, water bottles and stuff like that. That's going to be all free merch. We're going to be doing some customized bobbleheads for each one. They're going to go customized bobblehead design for each one of the gaming screens. They are going to come with these high performance LED lights. The ones I saw, I got to order a pair of those two. I forgot. I got to get on my order because I want to test them out and see what they're like. But they got this new pair that they have. It looks like a tube that you can stretch around. I think that's freaking cool. You can wrap that around your gaming desk or around your monitor. We're going to give those away for free. We always give away stuff for free with those. And that's a physical screen. So it's already coded, already designed. It's wallpaper, 106-inch, flexible. Take it out, connect it to your wall, and you're done. A lot of people talk about the nature, talk about wallpaper. We've had wallpaper for 8 years back. 8 years back, and go to my archives and show you we had wallpaper technology 8 years back. It was called a panel. That's what it was called. I never launched it, but it was called a panel. But as I said, you can see where everybody copies off us. Eventually, they copy off us. They copy our labels, they copy our specifications, they copy everything. But again, I should be honored at the end of the day too, because you got to be good when everybody's copying you. We don't copy anybody else. Everybody just copies us. So we have to be good. But anyway, we can, like I said, I want to come out there and say that we have the best technology. And the only way to do it is to basically design and technology to try everybody's product to see who's better. And that's what the whole thing about the Spartan's designed for. It's not, gentlemen, I understand you feel it's strictly for you. It's not strictly for you. You don't make or break the industry. Your products are not really considered projection screen products. You have no testing. There's nothing there. Your products actually technically don't even exist when you really think about it. They don't. The big companies like Diamond and Elite Screens and DMP Supernova and Firehawk and all those companies exist in the industry. They're known. We take them down. We outperform their screens. We get recognized. We take your stuff down. It's dealing with a troll. That's pretty much what it is. I get even with the screen paints that you have on eBay, and these are very nice products, and I've seen it in the day. They still have, they're considered to be home theater projection screen paints, not you guys. And there's a reason why. It's because the way you carry yourself in business. I go to your website. I sent you a simple letter. There's no curse words in it whatsoever, telling you that we're coming to get your paints on the 8th, and boom, overflow of cursing and carrying on and showing off addresses. Do you know how bad that makes you look when you show off someone's address and you show it through your business? People will not touch you with a 10-foot pole because of that. Because that means if you're going to show up our address because you're upset and angry, God forbid if you get mad at one of your customers and you flash some of their confidence information out there so other people can see it. That's why people won't touch them at all, period. Not professional. That's not how you act. If I'm going to gather information on you and all my videos are posted for anyone to see, you can go check it out what we've done in those videos. We don't go out and do all that nonsense. I go directly and get the evidence and information needed that we're using in court to prosecute these individuals, and that's what we use. We don't have to make anything up. We don't do any of that stuff. I don't hide behind John Doe's and fake accounts and all that stuff. No, you will know it's me when I contact you. I don't do that nonsense. It's just stupid at the end of the day. Businesses never do that. If diamonds keep reaching me for something, any one of these companies reaching me for something, they're not addressing the issue with a bunch of puppet heads and cursing and carrying or acting up. No, they get a lawyer and we go to court. That's how it's done. So everybody does it. You know, when you reach that part where you're carrying on like that, your business is no longer professional. It's considered to be a joke. That's what it is. So if I show your address, it's because your address is public domain. It means basically we have a right to show it. If not, I can get sued for it. It's called doxing. You can get sued for that. So his address is under an LLC. It's out there for everybody to see. You can go right over there to the state attorney general's office, whatever they have over there, and you can go see it right there. It's right there. But you know, when we went to the white pages and a couple of his family members' addresses did pop up, I taped it over because it's none of their business at the end of the day. It should never be put out there because they had nothing to do with any of that whatsoever. So only his address was posted because his address is under an LLC. That's what he put it down there for his company, for you to be able to reach him or mail to him right there. So that's it right there. But yeah, on your website, going off and carrying on like that, cursing me out, calling me B-boy and all this stuff like that, that makes you look really, really bad. Not professional. People don't care at the end of the day. You can say, well, they don't care about that. Don't make a difference. I don't care if it's Jack, Jill, Frank, Barry, the dog down the street, or the cockroach in the corner. I don't care. That's not how you act professional. You don't carry yourself that way. Keep your personal and emotions at the door, and you conduct business. When I came there and I gave you the letter, simple and plain, you could have read right through and go, okay, fine. I'll see you when it happens. All right, that's the end of it. Good. Go about my business. Nope. Went into a complete childhood rant. So the information that you just posted for this individual, just talking to him, that's being printed out today. That's another set of charges you're receiving today because I'm going down because Christmas was yesterday and I got to be downtown today to take care of some business. So I'm popping off to the police station to drop off these documents that you posted right on your website to file more additional charges against you. But that's not how you do business. If you want people to buy from you, you want people to trust you, you have to have a good name behind it. You can't go out and do stuff like that. And you did it directly on your company's account, and your company is literally being challenged. It's being sued. Yeah, they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. They really don't. Just don't know how to do it. Stupid. right on his company's account, just one off like that, cursed me out and everything. And I didn't curse you. I replied back, hey, if you want, we want black paint. Why are you mad if I send you you talked about the product, all right? Now, when you want to talk about a product, it's my job to go out and challenge you. I'm not going to sit there and let you talk trash about my stuff and let you get away with it. I'm going to go over there and address the issue. And that's what I did. Went over and sent him a letter. Say, here you go. This is a letter right here. We're coming down on the 8th, so there's no surprise, nothing at all. We gave you a date when we're going to be there, and that was it. Boom! Just rants, ongoing rants, curse words, rants, blah, 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 blah. And it basically broke the law several times. Got yourself new charges now. Stupid. Made his emotions get the best of them. And then sent in, hey, look, we're going to send another certified letter to your door because you said right there that the Phantom, the Spartan, was a scam paint. All right, it's not even a paint at that. It's a screen. It's a physical screen that we're designing. So you don't even know what you're talking about. But anyway, we'll send you down another certified letter that you can send me free black paint in the mail that I'll put against the product. What's so hard about that? If you're going to make a statement that I'm this person, then guess what? I'm going to give you every opportunity to be able to back this up before we go to court. Send me down the paint. You got my permission. Here you go, because this is not our business over here. You send something over, you can get charged for it. So I'm giving you permission. Here you go. Send down the paint, and we'll do the demonstration live for everybody to see. What's the problem? Never received the first one. And now we're sending another certified letter. After the holidays, will be sent to him again, requesting for black paint to be sent down for the Spartan, because he made the comment. Let's put that in there. More curse words. Again, people see this. That's why they won't dare slide a credit card in there, or debit card, or won't give you their address or any of that whatsoever. They don't want you knowing where they live at. I'm going to tell you something. I was going to tell you about interesting a customer. Again, and I can't explain this enough. Look, naysayers, I know you try your hardest to try to deceive me, and I don't know why you, I can't get into it. It's too much energy to try to get into why you think this way. It is just too much. But they will literally come on to my email accounts and contact me as if they are customers. This is how petty they are. As if they're customers, and try to waste some of my time on asking me things. I've been in this business for a long time. I've talked to a lot of people. I think I have enough experience to know who's who. On top of that, let me explain something to you. When you're working for the devil, Christians can see Satan. We can see you. Crystal clear, we can see you. Pop right up, we can see who you are. God lets us know who you are. So even though you think you're behind that computer, and you think at the end of the day, the devil is telling you that no way in the world, no one's going to be able to know who you are, God is right there going, oh yeah, I can see you right there. I'm looking right at you. I can see you. How are you going to hide from God? Tell me how you're going to do it. I would love to see that. A man who can hide from God. It's very interesting. But anyway, the person contacts me up. And he asks us all these questions and stuff. I have no problem answering the questions. This is what the website was designed for. It has tons of information on it. And he asked me about surface. What surface can we paint this on? So I say, look, you can go to the YouTube channel. We got tons of stuff. It was Christmas, by the way. We've got things to do. You can type in the YouTube channel. We all kinds of stuff. And if you go to the website, you look down in the detailed specification sheet that we designed, you can see where it says what you can paint it on and what you can't paint it on. That's it. That's usually why I direct customers that anyway. And they go there and they look it up and they go, okay, cool. Unless I got something on the list that's not there, then we can discuss it. So usually I like to get someone's phone number, because that's what we usually do, because it gives me more understanding of what they're designing, what they're working on. That can help them up with certain things with their project and redirect them here and there. It's much easier for me than texting you. He comments back and says, I don't feel comfortable giving you my phone number. I'm thinking that's interesting, because you do know that I'm going to have your address pretty soon if you place the order, right? If you place the order, I'm going to have your address. I'm not going to have your banking information at all, period, because that all gets blotted out for us on our end. You do transactions, you don't see the whole thing. But anyway, I'm going to have your address regardless. So if you're worried about me having your phone number, you do know I'm going to have an address to ship this to, right? And I explained that to him, and he went off on a rant. Sound familiar? Yeah. Definitely familiar. Anyway, Yeah, we already know from the door. He had somebody else writing it because he knows I can understand his language, not his language, but his the way he writes things. I can tell because when he writes things, he has a habit of putting capitals in the middle of sentences and runoffs. But then again, the other one does it too. On top of that, but he does differently. He does have a lot of capitals in the middle of sentences. But yeah, he came back and said, "What the blank?" You know, started cursing and carrying on talking about, "I can't believe you're going to treat a customer this way and so and so and so." I said, "Look, I'm giving you all the information. It's on the website. This is why we take the time to write the detail. We do the tests and everything. It's all right there for you to see. What more could I tell you? You don't respond back. I ask you, what surface are you painted at all? You don't respond back to that. What projectors are you using? You don't respond back to that. What size is your screen? You don't respond back to any of that. But yet you get mad because I don't sit there and talk to you about about a surface that you're not explaining to me what you want to paint it on. And you want to sit there and play with my time and play games. Straightforward, I ask you the questions, and I say, hey, let me get your phone number so I can better assist you. And he comes back saying, I don't feel comfortable. Give me your number. Well, if that's the case, then guess what, buddy? You've got to ship it somewhere. Someone have your address, too. So if you're uncomfortable about the phone number, guess what you're doing? I'm uncomfortable even more. The address. So he never contacted me back. Yeah, God will teach you. Just know what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. He will give you that knowledge, how to speak to people, especially how to speak to the devil. So that's what you're dealing with. Hope y'all had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Some of y'all are probably out there still celebrating right now. Me, it's back to work for me. It's back to work. I love my job. I do. I love what I do. It's back to work. Some people sit and go, oh, we doesn't have a life. No, my job is my life. I love what I do for a living. I really do. I love what I do for a living. I get to work in this field of designing technology. I love this stuff. I think about it 24/7, even when I'm out, even when I'm doing something. I'm always thinking like, gee, that'd be nice to put a screen right there, put a screen over there. That looks pretty cool. I see screens everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I see a screen. Everywhere I go. I think about my company. I love what I do. I love what I do. On top of that, I get to talk and walk and speak with the Lord all day long. You can't beat that. That's a fantastic job. Get to be with the Lord all day, to talk with him, speak with him, and work with him. He blesses you with all kinds of amazing ideas all day long. That's freaking fantastic. I freaking love it. But anyway, yeah, we're working on a lot of cool stuff for 2024. Got some really interesting stuff we're working on. And I am going to be specialized working on a lot of these Pico projectors because we didn't do enough Pico projectors in a lot of our demonstrations. So we want to definitely home in more on those particular projectors because these things are fantastic. They're small. There's no weight to them. They're tiny. You can use them all kinds of cool places and stuff. Yeah, we're definitely going to be testing a lot of these out. I've seen a couple of them actually pick up. And on top of it, like I said, very affordable. I want to get the ones with the battery packs. Those are the ones I like the most because they're charging. You can charge those up with a cell phone adapter and you're done. That's pretty cool. About 8 hours you get out of it. You know what I mean? So that's a good amount of time. So we're going to get some. And some have the built-in apps on them already. So yeah, I'm going to test all those out. We're going to do some portable 50s. See if we can get away with 60-inch. But more like 60, 50, 40-inch portable screens. Because I want to do something this summer. Me and Taco got the bag for Taco. And we're going to go around and we're just going to have the whole entire theater system in the bag. That's it. We're going to have the screen, Bluetooth speakers, projector, and whatever flash drive with some movies on it. Or basically, if they have Wi-Fi, which they do have free Wi-Fi down here in Allentown, Wi-Fi through the Fire Stick. And we're just going to watch the movies out there in the open. Get some paperwork for consent because we have to get those consents for people that may want to sit down and want to get on a YouTube video. Get the consent for that, all that from the door. So, cool stuff like that. This kind of stuff I want to do. And on top of that, it gives me a chance to pass out those business cards and brochures. Everything to advertise, right? All right, people. You enjoy your rest of your Christmas vacation. I haven't got around to playing that zombie game yet. And soon, as we go along, check out the website. We're doing all these cool updates on the website. We're working on that. Pretty soon, we'll be over on the Crystal Edge site. Pretty soon, we're working on that. And you'll see some signs of the interior artwork popping up over there. We got a lot of cool stuff we're working on. And again, we're working on making our products much more affordable than everybody else. But not only that, proving why our technology is much more better and better for your projector setup. Gotta go. Thank you all and be safe and God bless. Ugh.